a Dear Media original podcast.
I am so excited to introduce our new brand partner, HelloFresh. The thing about HelloFresh is that you're getting farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. So you're skipping trips to the grocery store, and you can count on HelloFresh to make home cooking really easy and fun and affordable. As we know, food ruts are real, and it's hard to know what to make for dinner. So a lot of the times we end up doing the same thing day in, day out, and having something meh that we aren't really thrilled about. And then it's not that satisfying. Sometimes we're full, but not satisfying, and that never feels great. A great solution to that is HelloFresh. HelloFresh now has 40 weekly recipes to choose from, so we can keep it interesting. And we can also customize select meals by swapping proteins or sides, or even adding protein to a veggie dish. And now we can even upgrade to organic chicken or organic beef, which I really appreciate. I just signed up and I chose the meat and veggie option for my son Oliver and I. And the way I think about it, it's kind of like pre-committing to making a healthy choice ahead of time. So I don't have to think about it in the moment. And as we know, it's so hard to make those thoughtful choices at the end of the day. And so I'm kind of like doing my future self a favor. Go to HelloFresh.com/GoodInstinct65 and use the code GoodInstinct65 for 65% off plus free shipping. Once again, that's HelloFresh.com/GoodInstinct65 and use the code GoodInstinct65 for 65% off plus free shipping. Hi, welcome to Good Instincts. I'm Shira Barlow, but you may know me as the food therapist. Join me every Monday through Friday for bite-sized episodes designed to help you close the gap between where you are right now and where you want to go. This should feel good, like really good. And it will, I promise. So this week, we really mixed it up. There was no theme for the week, and it actually really freed me up to just come completely as myself, and it felt really good. And I hope it felt really good for you. Today, I rounded up some of the things I've been absolutely loving recently, and I thought maybe they could be helpful. So here they are. The first is a recipe. I talk a lot about scrappy snacks, and a lot of people ask me about the snacks and meals I make for my son Oliver, who's 4. And I have been on such a cottage cheese kick. I love good culture. I have nothing to do with the company. I'm just a huge fan. I think it's so high quality, and this is what I did with it. I took a piece of toast. I took the cottage cheese. I put on some pesto. I have store-bought pesto, but you could also make it yourself if you wanted to be fancy. And then I sliced up tomatoes and I put bacon on that. If you were a vegetarian, you could go just sliced tomatoes with a little bit of sea salt. And I think that that would be really special too. But I chopped up some Persian cucumbers and some carrots, and it was a meal. And to me, having a meal for my kid that could be made in the time that it takes to toast is a huge gift, but it would also be an amazing like post-workout snack or pre-workout snack or just a snack for an adult in general. And I am really obsessed with a specific type of bread that I was recently introduced to, and that is my second thing. So this grain-free bread called pacha I discovered, and I was so impressed with the product. It really does feel like bread. And to me, there is something really satisfying sometimes about just having some toast with some ghee and some sea salt. Sometimes I feel like you just need that. And so even if you're paleo or grain-free, I think this is an amazing option. I also do want to note that I was so impressed with the packaging. Apparently, and I haven't tried this yet because I'm going to try it with my son Oliver, you can basically like tear up the packaging and bury it in the dirt and it composts. So I don't know. I thought that that was a really nice touch. But if you are looking for a grain-free bread, this was really, really nice. The next thing I have been doing recently that has been feeling amazing is that I've changed my relationship with working out at home. So working out at home for me, I think like most people coincided with the pandemic. And then in addition to that, it coincided with one of the hardest times of my entire life. And I think those two things paired together made me think of working out with home as like a very sad, difficult time. And after we moved on from that, and now everyone's working out in person again, I've gotten really into that. My favorite things to do are Pilates and I love to hike. But the issue is that as I've gotten increasingly busy, I don't always have the ability to go drive out to the hike. It's such a nice thing to do. And I love going on Sundays. It's my little tradition, but it's not really something that's super realistic during the week. So, what I found was that I kind of had been falling back into this old pattern of mine, which was kind of really black and white thinking, which was that, like, if I couldn't go for the hike, I just wasn't going to exercise that day. That really doesn't work out because then I just wasn't exercising as much as I wanted to. And that felt really good to me because exercise is a huge stress relief for me. So I kind of had to like dust off my old weights. And I did something that was kind of intuitive. I could have very easily queued up one of the apps. I love Megan Roop. We did an episode with her recently and she was amazing. So check that out if you're interested. But I had been doing it for so long that I kind of had my own little flow to it. And I put on my playlist and I kind of rocked out. And you know what? I've been sore from it and I feel really good. So part of that was changing my relationship with working out at home. And part of it was just kind of like losing the black and white thinking, which is my tendency. And it's always going to pop up a little bit, but it's good to keep an eye on. And I think that that could be helpful for people with similar tendencies. The next is my favorite alt milk. I am obsessed with the brand Elmhurst, but specifically the hazelnut milk. It is so creamy. It's so decadent. I'm obsessed. I put it in shakes. I put it in smoothies. I use it to make Oliver's French toast. He's definitely not dairy free, but he thinks it's delicious. I just think it's really nice. And a lot of the brands out there have gums and fillers and things like that. And I just really trust the brand. And sometimes I forget about it because I'll try different ones. And there are other ones out there, but I do think that Elmhurst is the best tasting one and it's the creamiest. I'm a huge fan. And the last, I just want to say, and this is a huge flex, I am someone who will get a pimple and I won't pick my face. I have one right now. It's like painful and it's on my chin and I haven't touched it. And the thing about it is that when I do just let it go through the life cycle of the zit, nothing bad happens. It goes away. There's no scar. We kind of just need to like flow through the natural progression of it. And I don't know, as I was coming here to record, I felt like there's something might be in there about just like a takeaway for life in general, which is that like sometimes there are these things and we kind of just have to let them run their course and not touch them and like accept that I have like a giant zit on my chin and my future self is going to thank me because in like 3 days, it's going to be gone. So those are the things that I'm really obsessed with right now. And now I'm really curious what's really working for you. Like, what are your favorite products right now? And what are you proud of this week? And what are the behaviors that are really helping you out in this moment? Let me know in the DMs. You can tell me in a review. I really am curious. This was such a fun week. And tomorrow we have a very fun guest. We'll see you there. Thank you so much for listening to Good Instincts, hosted and written by me, Shira Barlow. You can find me on Instagram at Shira_RD. Good Instincts is a Dear Media daily. I am so excited to introduce our new brand partner, HelloFresh. The thing about HelloFresh is that you're getting farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. So you're skipping trips to the grocery store and you can count on HelloFresh to make home cooking really easy and fun and affordable. As we know, food ruts are real and it's hard to know what to make for dinner. So a lot of the times we end up doing the same thing day in, day out and having something meh that we aren't really thrilled about. And then it's not that satisfying. Sometimes we're full, but not satisfying. And that never feels great. A great solution to that is HelloFresh. HelloFresh now has 40 weekly recipes to choose from, so we can keep it interesting. And we can also customize select meals by swapping proteins or sides or even adding protein to a veggie dish. And now we can even upgrade to organic chicken or organic beef, which I really appreciate. I just signed up and I chose the meat and veggie option for my son Oliver and I. And the way I think about it, it's kind of like pre committing to making a healthy choice ahead of time. So I don't have to think about it in the moment. And as we know, it's so hard to make those thoughtful choices at the end of the day. And so I'm kind of like doing my future self a favor. Go to HelloFresh.com/Good Instinct 65 and use the code Good Instinct 65 for 65% off plus free shipping. Once again, that's HelloFresh.com/Good Instinct 65 and use the code Good Instinct 65 for 65% off plus free shipping.